What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Heroes Power Hour. So good to see you guys. However it is that you're watching this, whether it's on the download from iTunes or YouTube, whatever it is, don't care how you got here. I'm just glad that you're here to hang out with us. Who am I? I'm Twiz. Okay, I'm going to be your host. I'm going to be the ringleader for the evening, and I'm going to do my very best to do as much entertaining as I possibly can. But I have the players with me. They are here tonight, just like every other week. First and foremost, we've got Eldorian, Nineball, DJ Tyrant, and Balrog Fan BP. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Good to have you here. Back again for another week. Another week of Throwdown. So, guys, oh my god, we have just a ton of stuff to cover. We are doing some seriously different things this week, okay? What we're doing is we are breaking this down into two sections, okay? You're getting double the podcast love, double the time, double the love, double everything, but it's all one show. I'll explain how this is going to happen, okay? What we want to do is we want to cover some of the news, okay? It's more podcasty type stuff. Some of the news that's going on with Heroes of the Storm and you know, where the game's going, the specials, the controversies, the things, you know, all the things to talk about, okay? That is going to be the first section of this podcast, and it's going to be a separate download on iTunes and YouTube and stuff like that. The second is going to be gameplay, focusing on team composition and playing together and trying to get the right comp, the best bang for the buck, utilizing hero abilities and stuff like that as a team. So what this is going to do is it's going to kind of melt down the download a little bit. You can, you know, download one or the other if you're interested in one or the other, or both if you'd like. So we're trying different things, trying to reach out to you guys and figure out what it is that works the best for you. So any and all feedback is certainly appreciated. Podcast at blizzpro.com, or you can tweet at blizzpro, or at anybody's name that you see right below their box. These are everybody's Twitter handles. So feel free to throw that out there. So other news, guys, and I'm sorry I'm totally hogging the mic, but I've got it's not the Alzheimer's that kills me, it's the sometimers, and if I don't talk about it while it's on my mind right now, I'm going to forget about it. We're testing this out. Next week, there is no show. Okay? And for a month after that, we will not be live streaming this show. So if you're a frequenter of the Heroes Power Hour or the Hearthstone Power Hour chat room, we will not be having a live show for the next month. And that's because work is taking me to the great state of Florida. And I have no idea what kind of internet connection I'm going to have. You do need a decent amount of upload speed in order to stream, and I'm budgeting for the fact that I'm not going to have that. So I am going to be not doing the live show, but we are going to record the show and do the show and everything like that. We're going to upload it to iTunes and to YouTube, so you guys can check that out there. So we're not going to leave you hanging or anything like that. So, that was a whole bunch of information in a short amount of time, guys. Holy snot.
Quite a bit.
Jeez. So what did I forget? Anything?
Sounded good to me.
Okay.
Are you wearing pants?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Nope, I am not.
Well,
so,
there you go.
That's all that I missed. I'm
Sounds
thinking.
like a usual Tuesday night.
That's right. At the Twiz household. Oh my God! In the year of our Lord. So, all right, guys. So, like I said, I'm not gonna lie. We busted this out into two different shows, or two different sections of the Power Hour. We are gonna cover the news. Now, in case you're not tuning in to heroesofthestorm.blizzpro.com, a site that you need to have bookmarked, favorited, and tattooed on you, there is so many articles and so much news going on, and we're just going to cover some of the articles that the BlizzPro staff puts together and puts out as content for you guys to read, comment on, enjoy, and just keep yourself up to speed. Let's talk about, first and foremost, the weekly sale and free hero rotation. Who do we have on sale, guys? Who do we have on sale this week, and what's the rotation?
Zagara is the big one on sale. She's the hero, and we've also got the two skins. One, of course, is the Zagara skin, and then the Lumberjack Uther.
Oh, Lumberjack Uther. Bless his little heart.
I love that Lumberjack Uther. It's so ridiculous.
Oh. Wow. Yeah. And the hero rotation: Muradin, Nova, Raynor, Rhaegar, and Tassadar. And if you reach level 12, you have access to Tyrael, and 15, you've got Zagara. Yeah. So, all of which.
Yeah, I wonder who we're gonna see like the most of, like, because every time there's a free week, there's always like one hero you always see more than the others.
Yeah.
Curious what that hero is going to be this week.
It's still Nova.
Well,
Yeah, my money is on
Nova
Nova all
week.
the way.
Yeah. I'd be willing to bet you're going to see some Tassadar.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely Tassadar players because he's so strong solo mid, and he's kind of easier to play. I like that. I'm always been a big Zagara fan. The problem is she needs a lot of like teamwork around her, like because she's so squishy. So I think we'll see her, but players might be kind of like put off by how quickly she dies compared to other people. She doesn't really have very many escape tools, but
Sure.
We'll also see a lot of Rainers, and they'll be really, really bad.
Yeah, isn't Rainer free pretty much every week?
No, not every week. But you know what? I mean, Rainer came out with the Founders Pack, which we're going to talk about here shortly. And I mean, Rainer it's just been played to death. It's the first character that pretty much everybody gets and plays and whatever. I bet you're not going to see a lot of Rainer. I bet you he's just played out.
I see less and less of him, honestly. I think Rhaegar and Nova are probably the strongest heroes available in this rotation, although recently Tyrion's seen a giant jump in his win percentage, and he's actually right up there as one of the best tanks because of his survivability and his ability to
which is insane,
shield the party.
Because the last patch came out, and I think it was the last patch where Tyrael got a nerf.
Yeah, it was a couple patches ago.
Okay. Yeah, so Tyrael gets this nerf, and everybody's like, throw him away. He's done. He's gone. Forget him. He's no good or whatever. And now his win percentage is up.
Yeah, it was one of those things where people had a specific kit that they just followed completely, always the same talent picks. And once they took that one talent away, I believe cast aside, everybody was like, oh, no, screw him. He's garbage. But what we're finding out...
I still lament it.
it was a very good skill. What we're finding out, though, is that a lot of tanks really just, they love Regeneration Master and Amplified Healing, and you can still put out damage and get in there with those assassins. So, I mean, any tank that has access to that on top of shields and teleports and stuff is very good.
Yeah.
Tyrael has
I also think the popularity of Tyrael also came because he's actually a very good counter against Sylvanas, which is... a very popular hero lately and has been very overpowered. Tyrael can tear up Sylvanas' day, basically.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. And getting back into Jaina, too, who's also seen a big power spike. I mean, Tyrael's probably the most mobile tank, and he's got...
Yeah, and I was going to go off that and say he's like one of the best initiators, probably in the top 2 of the tanks.
Yeah.
Maybe Diablo being the other one. Just because I feel like Stitches is like completely fallen off the map because... I mean, the hook is nice, but he doesn't have a slow to follow it up, so it's not that great anymore, unfortunately.
No, they definitely killed Stitches. He's fallen almost all the way to the bottom at this point. Actually, random selected heroes have a higher winner percentage than Stitches, which is really bad.
Oh, God. Shots fired. Shots fired.
makes me so sad because I like Stitches so much.
Yeah. Oh, they went overboard with him, and they'll rebalance it. And Vikings are way too high right now, so
don't worry.
See adjustments.
Don't worry, Eldorian, because like in 2.5 weeks, people are gonna be like, God, Stitches is just overpowered. He is just he's back. He's got the highest win percentage. I mean, it's just yeah. So don't worry. It's just give it like a week or two. Like, play Hearthstone or play something else and then come back and Stitches will be back in the saddle again. So
life will find a way to buff Stitches.
Oh God.
I hope so. So. I wanna hook people again, guys.
I know.
I'll make
I
it
want to
happen.
play Stitches again.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I mean, hooking is what you do. It's what you love. It's what you love. So it takes up your Tuesday night and your Friday and Saturday night.
And every day that ends in Y.
Well played, my good man. Well played. So, well, you know what? There is an article on heroesofthestorm.blizzpro.com. You can check out a little bit of get a little insight on the hero rotation, some of the specials and sales and stuff going on if you want to jaunt over. The next article that I want to talk about is, believe it or not, guys, in case you did not spring for the $40 to get a Heroes bundle and a beta key. Now, notice I said hero bundle and a beta key, not a beta key, because you're not buying a beta key. Don't get me started on that. The Heroes... What's that?
I was just saying we've beaten that to death.
We've beat it. Yeah, we've beat it to a bloody pulp. The Founders Pack is going bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.
It's already gone, I believe.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, Tuesday. Today.
Yeah, it's is what it is. So, however, there is the Blizzard said they have were they being serious, or was it a figure of speech when they said
I think
1 million?
they were being serious.
They said they have 1 million beta keys.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they do.
Serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they have basically opened this up to open beta without being open beta. I mean, anybody can get a beta key right now. You have, I have 7 of them just sitting in my inbox to give out to friends, and Blizzard's giving millions of them away. Basically, anybody that wants to get in this game right now can get into the game.
Absolutely.
And if you're in chat right now, you can message any of us on Twitter, and we'll be happy to give one of ours away.
Yeah, we have,
I have 3
likely
still.
hook you
JR has 7.
I do want to give a big shout out, guys. We had we had 4 beta keys donated to us. And that was from Ryu33, who is at David Sandler 01, and our very own Aranya Phoenix. Both of them donated some beta keys, and we thank you very, very much for keeping us in mind when when those land in your inbox. You could keep them, you could throw them away or whatever, but no, you chose to be generous and give them away. So
even if you're in the chat room, just message real quick that, hey, you want a beta key, and I'll ship one over to you.
Jumping back to the Founders Pack real quick, I think it was a really big success, honestly. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. I mean, if you recall, we were doing a show the day it dropped, and there was just a multitude of new players on that mount running around learning the game. So I think them taking it away was probably an attempt to sell some more before it went away. And honestly, it's like you said, there's so many beta keys. Everyone can get into this game right now, but I think they did a good job with it.
We didn't even mention it, but coinciding with that today, pretty much everyone I know of that's in the beta got 4 additional keys. And if you didn't own Vala already, no, you have to own Diablo 3, but you got Vala with the...
I never did. I never got beta keys. I never did.
Check your spam.
I did.
I don't know.
I did. I've checked my spam. I've checked other people's emails. They haven't gotten it either. So no, I was one of the. I never got any beta keys, which I got into the alpha right after the BlizzCon it was announced. Like a month or 2 after, I was already in. So when people were like, "Oh, I'm getting beta keys or whatever," I'm like, "Oh, it'll probably hit my inbox anytime." Nope, never got one. So I don't know. RNG sucks to be me. But
I didn't get any either. I got some forwarded to me, but
well, have no fear, guys. If you are if you didn't want to pay the $40 for your Founders Pack, I think you'll probably land a beta key. However, that's a beta key. You're gonna have to get in and buy heroes. I don't think you get any heroes with that. So there's the trade-off.
So I wonder then, okay, so they're probably going to be going to open beta very soon. They haven't really announced any new content coming. I'm curious to what you guys think could be coming down the road in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
I think we might know soon, because if you notice in the launcher, there's a PTR for heroes, which we have never had before.
Oh, yeah.
I did not notice that.
I didn't notice that either.
No. Wow.
I say as I go and click over to
as the entire stream falls silent as we all go and look at
it. Someone data mined the build that was from that. There's nothing new currently, but I mean, I would assume pretty quickly we're going to get something nice there.
Okay.
I think
because we don't even know what heroes are coming out next either.
That's what confuses me is we have zero clue. There's the data mine stuff, but
right.
They could just throw all that out. You never know.
Sure.
I think the big thing is too, they want to get through Heroes of the Dorm first and have the game as it is before they add more stuff.
And that's true. Yeah. That would be my bet that they're going to announce a bit of stuff at the live finals at the end of this month.
Yeah.
I don't know. We shall see, because honestly everything's been kind of not really a surprise. I mean, when they introduced like the new map, what is it, Tomb of the Spider Queen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if Tomb was right or not. If Tomb was in there because I've only played the map once. Tomb of when they introduced that, I mean, like they sat on it for a while, but I mean, it was fairly polished and done deal, you know. So, I mean, when they announce it, it's going to be pretty much polished and good to go. But they wait so long to do it. I don't know. I just don't know. You never know what a tangly web they weave, right?
Yeah. Oh, we could very well be, you know, in prep for their open beta. We have, you know, like a new map and, you know, like 5 or 6 new heroes because there's so many that we've seen. You know, in just like the B-roll footage or just in screenshots and things like that. You've got the King Leoric, the Skeleton King from Diablo, amongst a whole bunch of other heroes. So just you've seen a single screenshot with them standing in it. How long have they been sitting on these people? How long have they been testing them internally, just ready to go through and release all at once?
Yeah.
And you have to remember, they hinted at BlizzCon that Diablo map, which looks just disgustingly good. Like, just the teaser art for that was insane. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, we're all speculating here. I'm just hoping we get a StarCraft tank at some point in the future, because that's the only role that StarCraft doesn't have right now.
Sergeant Hammer.
You get what I mean.
Just saying.
No. You're right.
Balrog fan, he brought up a 4-word combination earlier, and we're going to discuss that just a little bit. We have another article on heroesofthestorm.blizzpro.com all about Heroes of the Dorm, and so this was announced a while. It was announced at BlizzCon.
It was announced at PAX East.
PAX East. That's it. I keep those things they were so close, you know, so close together, kind of. I get them crossed as to what happened where, but they put a tweet out, and you can basically it's at Blizz Heroes on Twitter. They say you can create your own fantasy bracket to get a free Asmodean portrait and be entered to win $10,000. So it's basically a fantasy bracket for your Heroes of the Dorm team, and you guys check this out. I've not done this bracket or anything like that. What's it all about? I haven't looked into this yet.
Think March Madness, but esports. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a 64 team bracket, and you choose who wins, and at the end they have a tiebreaker, just like a normal March Madness bracket. You choose the final score of the finals, and whoever has the most points wins. You get, I think, 10 points for each prediction correct in the first round, 20 points for the second round, and so on and so forth. So the deeper you get with your correct predictions, you get a lot more points.
Yeah, it's Oh, go ahead.
They have like cash prizes for that too, right?
Well, the one with the most point gets 10,000, and then they give away, I believe, 5 or 6 gaming systems to other people on the lead with points, and then they're randomly giving away $20
nice
gift cards.
Yeah, top 5 predictions get headsets, mouse, and the gaming system.
Mm-hmm. And the gaming system is it's 180 gig solid state hard drives, i7 processors. These are really nice. The GTI 750. You can tell which of the contest entries actually piqued my interest.
Yeah, and then there's random people for just entering. You can just like have no clue about any of the teams, which is basically what all of us are. We have no clue about any of the players, except for like Berkeley is the only one I have a faint idea about.
But
you know what? You know what? Hey guys, you want some pro tips? Just a little bit of advice, okay? Let's think about this. This is a computer thing. It's a computer gaming industry. It's people on computers and everything like that. If you don't pick University of Phoenix Online to take it all, forget it. There it is. True. There's the slam dunk. Somebody who's going to be sitting in front of their computer anyways. There it is. University of Phoenix Online, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Done.
You got me there. I have to say, you got me there.
I've got it right here. It says top prediction will receive $10,000. Okay, so whoever's at the top of the leaderboard is going to get $10,000.
Whoever picks University of Phoenix Online.
Randomly selected people will receive. They're giving away 5 of the gaming systems.
So that's 10 total. That's a lot of stuff they're giving away.
Yeah, 5 of the Steel Series Heroes of the Storm gaming mouses, 5 HyperX Cloud 2 headsets, 5 Steel Series Heroes of the Storm mouse pads, and 80 $20 BattleNet gift cards.
Wow.
So they're giving away over 100 prizes to random people who just filled out a bracket. Mm-hmm. Or they're giving away 100 prizes to people who just filled out a bracket. So, I mean, it's definitely worth doing. You have until the 10th, so I recommend doing it.
There's no reason not to, really.
Yeah. And let's not forget, just for doing it, you will get a special portrait.
Yes,
you will get a special portrait. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, just for filling out the bracket. So.
One of the best heroes in the game. Just saying.
What do you think about all this Heroes of the Dorm stuff? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Do you think it's whatever? You're impartial. It's just a thing for you to kind of pay attention to and take part in a little bit, or what do you think?
I think it's a great idea, and I hope to see more of it, especially with ESPN tying into it. I hope to see it take off. I heard that it was executed very, very poorly, though, which is unfortunate. They had a lot of problems with getting DDoS. People couldn't get their games in. The admins weren't very clear on what was going to happen, and then they delayed the games to Easter weekend, where a lot of the college students weren't going to be able to play. Yeah. So there's some good things, but there's some things that they really need to also kind of get their act together as well.
Yeah, TESPA has an interesting track record because they've done the Lone Star tournaments, which were StarCraft tournaments in Texas, and those went pretty well, if I remember correctly. But
they've always been phenomenal.
Yeah, the 2 online tournaments that they've done, there was a Hearthstone one that also had some very similar issues to this Heroes of the Dorm tournament. And I believe the owners of TESPA or someone related with TESPA got hired by Blizzard to run this. So, and it's a little bit of a bummer that the running of it isn't as smooth as we would like, but we'll see.
Yeah, it was the whole the founding members of TESPA were all hired as Blizzard to promote kind of the esports in the collegiate leagues and kind of develop that scene. So everyone that runs TESPA is a Blizzard employee, although they're separate, but not really.
To me, honestly, I love March Madness, and now I have April Madness for the game I love to play. I mean, I couldn't be more in for this. I think, the execution in the first year, they could have done a lot better. But I think if this does well and this game takes off, the way everyone who plays it is hoping it does, then I think next year they could really see a big turnout for things like this, where people are going to school to try and become a part of a pro team and get in this tournament for tuition and just show off their skills and have fun. And
see, I agree with that standpoint. Now I'm gonna say some things, and I know the hate mail is gonna start rolling in. I know it's gonna start rolling in.
Probably for me.
I'm gonna be that guy. But here's okay. I agree with this whole the whole Heroes of the Dorm thing. I'm 70% in. Okay, so I don't before everybody comes at me with pitchforks and torches, I'm 70% in. The 30% of me that says this is just not a good thing is because, let me tell you a story. Okay, I was in college at one time. I went to a bar once. And I saw a guy who was so drunk that he stumbled into the bar naked with an acoustic guitar. He sat down on the bar stool and tried to play Sweet Home Alabama. He made it through the doot, and then he turned his guitar on its side and he puked in the hole of it. Now, I told you that story to tell you this. That's a college experience, That's the stuff that you should be out experiencing and seeing and doing. You chase women and do stupid stuff, and that's a college life. And I think that this kind of pushes people towards, I'm going to lock myself in my dorm room all weekend and pile the pizza boxes up and not shower playing Heroes of the Storm. And I mean, Blizzard has addressed this in several, like for example, on the World of Warcraft loading screen, they even say, don't forget to go outside with your friends too, or, you can enjoy World of Warcraft in moderation, or however they say it, you know what I mean? So they know that these games can kind of be addictive and everything like that, but I think it can almost have an antisocial impact to an extent. where it's like, oh man, what did you during your college years? Oh, I partied it up. I had a great time. I met so many cool people. We went to these concerts. We did road trips and everything like that. What'd you do? Played Heroes of the Dorm,
Well, it's all about life balance. Why can someone do this and still have a social life? Like, because you look at all the sports players, and granted, they're governed by NCAA rules about how much they can practice each week, blah 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 blah. But they're still practicing and working out a ton during the week.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm still 70% on board with this. Because I realize it's its own sport, it's its own genre, and everything like that. And basketball, football, everybody, in college that does college sports, this is no different than them, But gaming just kind of gets that bad riff a little bit, where, oh, he's a World of Warcraft player, and there's a stereotype there, and I would hate for this game to get kind of like, give a stereotype. Oh, he's a Heroes of the Storm guy. You can spot him from a mile away. I don't know.
It's getting there though. I think the stigma is definitely starting to drop, because you look at the prize pools that these people are winning, and then people have to take a double take and be like, okay, people are making an actual living out of this. People became millionaires playing Dota this year, which is just mind blowing to me.
And Turbo brings up a good point in chat too. He says the game itself is still in beta this year, but maybe next year when it's live, there could be millions of people getting together to drink and hang out with their friends and have this big experience watching what's going on in these tournaments. So
absolutely. Now, again,
maybe best of both worlds.
The chat room is coming at me with pitchforks and torches.
No. All I have to say, Twiz, is I didn't realize we met in college, man.
Dude, you had that second bar of Sweet Home Alabama in you. I know you did, dude, but unfortunately, Jose Cuervo said no, you didn't. So,
I just wanted to say one more thing real quick, just in the big picture of just esports as a whole. These are the type of things that will make esports better as a whole, is just from the ground up building a community and building players young enough to be able to transition from a college career to a professional career. And I just think it's a good thing overall.
Okay. Well, I'll be anxious to see. I'm a little scared because Heroes of the Storm, the amazing game that it is, it doesn't have the traction that Hearthstone did. It doesn't have the immediate numbers, the immediate attention that Hearthstone did. And I'm hoping it picks up. I'm hoping it's a big, huge thing, and I don't know, that I end up loving the Heroes of the Dorm thing or whatever. Again, I'm 70% in on this, folks. Okay.
Well, and just to address the Hearthstone thing really quick too. Hearthstone was unique. Like, I think Blizzard kind of stumbled into like, holy crap, a lot of people really like having the option of playing a card game online real quick at any time during the day with millions of other people. Like this, Heroes of the Storm. It's Dota, it's League. Everybody has their own camps of games they like to play. Whatever, like
it's a little harder to burst in. Yeah.
There's really nothing like Hearthstone. And yeah, there's a big learning curve on this game too compared to Hearthstone. So I think it'll balance out, but I don't think this game will ever be as big as Hearthstone is, personally.
Okay. Well, we will time will tell. Time will tell, and I'm crossing my fingers. So, last but not least, guys, one of the things we want to do to kind of end the this the discussion segment of the show is we're going to talk about a build. We're going to feature a new build every week. We're going to talk about. We're going to break it down a little bit. Why we go through some of these these talent choices, and why we turn down other ones. Here's the storm.blizzpro.com. We have a Sylvanas build that actually Eldorian himself put together. So you know what, dude? I'm going to let you kind of lead the discussion because everybody else is playing Sylvanas. I'm not. So I don't know. I know the basics of Sylvanas. I know what she can do and what she's capable of. But for me to try and talk about this build or walk anybody through this build is like peeing in the wind. It's just not a good idea. So let's talk.
Sure.
Huh?
Do you have Heroes open at all? Because it might help if they have a visual, maybe.
Sure. We can do that. Let's do this.
Just let me know when that's up.
Let's see here. Play. We're going to go to here. I was playing Abathur earlier. So awesome. So yeah, there's my level 1 Sylvanas. So all right, dude, let's go through this talent build here.
Okay, so the main thing I wanted to kind of talk about is her trait, which is Black Arrows, and that's basically what makes her a specialist and kind of an elite lane pusher. Basically, what Black Arrows does is basic attacks and abilities stun minions, mercenaries, and towers for 1 second. So what you're able to do with that is you're able to attack the towers, mercenaries, whatever, and they can't attack you back. Mm-hmm. So you can go and like hit siege giants for a while, and they can't do it. They can't damage you. You can go and basically take out towers by yourself. Nothing they can do about it except, you know, come and try to harass you. That's why you don't want to leave Sylvanas alone in a lane. Mm-hmm. Anybody want to add anything to that, or? Nope.
Just the other option. I'm just pulling her up myself really quick. Sorry, I was not. Her other option at level 1 is probably the.
This is her trait. What she does automatically. Mm-hmm. No problem. But anyway, that's the main thing I wanted to talk about because her build is good at pushing with that, but the main thing is that this build is around is her W ability, which is Shadow Dagger, mm-hmm. and this not only deals damage to the target, but will also spread to other targets around.
Sure.
And Shadow Dagger, it deals a certain amount of damage and then an additional amount of damage over 2 seconds, and then spreads to nearby targets, whatever.
Right.
But that's really what this build is around.
Really just helps you clear lanes so easily.
Yeah.
Right. What I use that for in this build, though, is to help you kill heroes faster. And we'll explain how we kind of get there. The first talent that I take at level 1 is Lost Soul, which reduces the cooldown of Shadow Dagger by 2 seconds. And basically what this allows you to do is cast it more often, because it does have a 10-second cooldown. Mm-hmm. Now you have an 8-second cooldown.
Sure.
And I'll go through this entire build, and then we can discuss other builds as we go. Okay. Or other options. Level 4, I take Paralysis, which increases the duration of Black Arrow by 100%. Remember how I talked earlier about the trait and what it does? Well, now you've doubled that. And now it's, 2 seconds where it can attack you. Level 7, I take Life Drain, which is also helps her Shadow Dagger ability. This is your kind of sustain. This is what helps heal you back up.
Sure.
And the reason I take that is because I don't take Blood for Blood later, which a lot of people do. Level 10, everybody should take Wailing Arrow. If you take, I don't even remember what the other one was, Possession. Then you are playing Sylvanas wrong, because that is a terrible ultimate.
Yeah.
Wailing Arrow it silences the heroes. You pop it off when you get into a team fight, and you can burst them down very quickly at that point because they can't do anything for
2.5
2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah, which is an eternity.
And you have to remember, just since we're kind of teaching people how to play this, you have to trigger it when you fire it. That took me the longest time to figure that out. Most of our abilities are like this, where you cast them and then you trigger them.
Right. You hit R to cast it, and then you hit R again when it's over where you want it to trigger, and then it blows up. I've seen way too many people just hit R and then watch it go right over the team and not even
do nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
the grenade that didn't fire. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I did that for the longest time too when I started. So it's a very easy mistake to make. Level 13, I take Overwhelming Affliction. Black Arrows now also applies to heroes, which slows their movement speed by 5% for the duration. It stacks up to 5 times. Great for chasing people down.
Sure.
This is really how you can just, if people are starting to run away, you can get them down very quick. Level 16, Cold Embrace, once again with her Shadow Dagger ability. Shadow Dagger makes enemies vulnerable, taking 25% more damage, but the range of the shadow damage is reduced by 25%. This is huge in team fights. This is, you pop this on someone and you'll see their life drop. When I go, okay, target so-and-so, after I cast that on them, they're dead immediately.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of people take blood for blood here, but I feel like Cold Embrace is way more powerful.
Sure.
And blood for blood has a 60-second cooldown. I have an 8-second cooldown.
Yeah.
With Shadow Dagger now. Yeah. So
I've got some
level 20.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Level 20, I take either Deafening Blast or you can take Bolt of the Storm. Deafening Blast just makes your Wailing Arrow better, more damage, and keeps them silenced for longer. If you're having trouble staying alive, people targeting you down, go ahead and take Bolt of the Storm to get the hell out of there, if you can. It's just an escape mechanism. Anyway, what were you saying, Charlie?
Oh, just in general, with Blood for Blood, and what happens is a lot of people see other people play this hero on ESL, and they're like, okay, they're all taking Blood for Blood, so that's what I'm taking. That's what I'm getting every time. But the matches that pros have is a lot of poking back and forth, and they have these burst comps where they trigger like 3 or 4 Blood for Bloods at once to just pick off one hero, because there's, you might only see like 4 total deaths in a game between 2 pro players. That doesn't happen a lot in this, and people need to understand that Blood for Blood not only makes her unsafe, it doesn't work unless your team is synergizing with it. I mean, it's a good skill and everything, but it's not like something that's good for her. Like, when you're working with people in a game, like, odds are they're not going to be able to combo off your Blood for Blood, and you might get some secured kills. What they can do, though, is while you're pushing, suddenly your W is on, a building, and it just melts, because that applies to buildings and towers and the Nexus core and everything. So I think overall, Cold Embrace is a much better thing. And the 25% range reduction, I mean, that just puts it right at her auto attack range.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I will say a couple of things real quick. There is, if you don't play Sylvanas, a character breakdown like this is really nice, because you can figure it, there was the talent, I think it was around level 13 maybe, Black Arrow slows the heroes, and it's like, why can't I outrun Sylvanas? Oh, well, that's why, So a character breakdown, if you have no interest in Sylvanas, it might be good, because you'll at least know what to expect from her. The other thing that I'll say is that you can play this entire build starting at level 1, unless you want Bolt of the Storm at level 20. Everything is in the first 2 talents, which is really nice, because, it's like when you have to ungate a hero, it's like, well, I'm picking this talent. It's not the one that I want. It's not the best, but I got to do it just so I can ungate it. You can play this build. This is a solid build from game 1 with Sylvanas. So that's a good one.
And the way that you want to play this build too is you got to understand, this is not a DPS build. This is not a solo. You're gonna be an assassin Sylvanas and really tear people up on your own. This is a team fighting build. This is the best when you've got a good team with you and you can go up and just tear up someone's day with this. That's why the Cold Embrace is so important. It also allows you to really tear down towers quick, because that Cold Embrace also works on the towers and even the core.
Sure.
So
I've won games because
it's huge.
That.
Right. It's huge.
I mean, you get that extra bit of damage in on the core for the final push. It can make or break the final push.
Right. If you want to solo other heroes and take them out and play that DPS build, then you don't want to go with this build. You don't want to you want to take Envenom instead of Paralysis. You want to take Blood for Blood. You want to probably focus more on her Q ability than her W ability, and take talents that focus on that. So if that's what you're looking for, this build's not for you. But if you're looking to just be a good basically you're a support role in this, then it's a very good build. You have a lot of sustainability. The most important thing is make sure that your E ability, Hunting Wave, don't use it to damage people, because it doesn't do a lot of damage. Save it for when you need to get out of town, because that is basically your Bolt of the Storm ability that you get right off the bat.
Chaos Debonair in the chat room, he says that his Wombo combo with Sylvanas is Wailing Arrow and Venom and Blood for Blood. It just slaughters the assassins so fast. It's like triple tap.
Yep.
I can definitely see that working.
That's the assassin build that I was talking about. If you want to play that assassin build, then this build's not for you.
Sure.
So.
Sure. Cool. Well, like I said, guys, you guys can. Is there anything else you guys wanted to say about that build or anything like that?
No, I think Eldorian pretty much covered it.
Cool.
Yeah. The only thing that I would say is I pretty much have been playing this build over the weekend, although my Sylvanas doesn't compare to JR's there. I do prefer Evasive Fire over Overwhelming Affliction. The one that gives you the speed increase over the speed decrease to the enemy.
Okay.
Yep, that is definitely a good option to take, and you can fit it in easily with this build. So
Cool. Well, guys, I think that is going to do it for the first half of the Power Hour. And in case you guys missed the first section, we're dividing this up into two sections where we have a discussion, a build, talk about some articles and stuff like that. More of a podcasty type thing, and we're going to dive into the second section of our show here, so that way you can pick and choose kind of whatever it is that you want. So for those who are only going to be watching the news portion of it, you guys have anything else you want to say before we blast out?
All I have to say is
and let us know what you think of the let us know what you think of the new format.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Podcast@blizzpro.com, or you can tweet any of us. Let us know what you want, because we're just trying to give you what you want. So
yeah, Jimmy said exactly what I was going to say. I just wanted to talk over him.
Okay, fair enough. All right, guys, if you're in the chat room, stick around. We're not going to kill the stream or anything. We're going to dive right into the gameplay section. So thanks so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the flip side.